Hello guys and welcome to episode 6 of this Worst Car Championship. And first up is the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh god, and it's a wet qualifying session. I actually can't believe this. This is a track I barely know and we're in the wet. Oh Jesus. Oh well. Well, let's see how this qualifying lap goes. So not bad first corner. Actually fairly grippy with these wet tyres in the Marussia. Whether we got a slight... Oh no, wait, hold on. Alright, we got good front end downforce and bad rear end downforce. Isn't the way I really want it. Braking now, we go into first I think for a second then. Fourth, and then we accelerate out, come on. No DRS obviously because it's in the wet. Coming down to this sort of tightish, I'll call it a hairpin. We're keeping up with Hamilton quite nicely though, as long as we don't lose a back end we could be okay here. Breaking down to the final sort of, now into the third sector of this lap now, yeah, we've got a purple sector here, which isn't bad actually. Considering we've low on downforce, we've done, oh no, and we've just lost it with a rear end downforce here. That's where it's lost us. Team on P14. I always haven't got that I'm a sort of, P7 sort of guy at the moment. Jules Bianchi has been a legend. But anyway, coming through, down to the line, and we are going to get P3. On a 1:19.8. Alright, so intermediate race. There's actually been a wet whole weekend, which I don't think we've had a single one of them this season. So 5 red lights. Bogged down slightly off the line. That's a sort of bit of a, almost, well, I wouldn't say a party piece, but part of this car by the sort of feel of how the past races have gone. Getting in, we've dropped P4 after Sebastian Vettel got us off the line. Put it up into Rich, we'll just monitor the fuel as well. Braking into the hairpin, we're going to make a move. Now we're just going to hit Vettel anyway. Up the inside, no, haven't quite got the rear end grip. There's the yellow flag, don't know what that was for. Didn't see anything, there's nothing on the mini-map either. Well, actually no, that might be our teammate. Yeah, there is something. Yeah, it's our teammate. Alright, we're going to have a little sneaky look at Vettel at the inside, but no, we are good into this second sector, so we'll see if we can make something of it. Still wet, not quite full wet conditions, so that might help us or it might hinder us, I'm not really sure. We break down into the final 2 corners, got Vettel, but run wide. We've run so wide here to get back on the track. And we lose the rear end slightly as well. We're going to lose any more positions to Alonso. I don't think so. Should be okay. I think we've got the Ferrari engine as well, which is what Toro Rosso and obviously Ferrari run. So we make quite a bit of time up in Vettel in that braking zone. And we go wide in the dirty air. Much better exit as well. Look at the straight line speed we've got over him. We're going to have up the inside here. Let's hopefully we can make it stick. We have made it stick, or have we? No, Vettel's round the outside. That was actually very good by Sebastian Vettel there to keep in. Don't think we'll get him down into this corner here. We might get him into the next part of the section. We're going to go for it. We are going to go for the bomb, so we have to get out of it. Push Vettel wide. Is Alonso going to get Vettel? Vettel's dropped down a couple of places. No, just the, well, yeah, a couple if you include us. Alright, lost the back end there slightly. That's lost us 6/10ish, although mind you, baby, our Vettel probably lost us most of those 6/10. Alright, Alonso's having a look at the inside. I just noticed it in the mirror. We've run wide, so hopefully we can just get back on the track fine. Yeah, Alonso's okay there. Just notice how far ahead the Mercedes are here, as Rosberg is still behind Hamilton by 3/10 by that. We're another 4/10 back. Let's just make sure we nail this corner. Yeah, that's fine. Just need to have a nice clean lap, so we run slightly wide there. Need to just have a nice clean lap. We'll be fine. Rosberg's having a look at Hamilton, but it looks like the mini-map. Can't quite see him because there was a nice big wall in the way. Now we lock up slightly. Alonso's going to be keen. No, okay, that's fine. Just need to keep him there for this final lap. Rosberg's still looking in on Hamilton here. Whether he'll get him, I don't know. Just covering off Alonso a bit there. So we brake nicely. It's a back end loss that seems to cost us. Rosberg's got Hamilton, then he hasn't. That's changing quite a lot, so I might keep an eye on this in the mini-map here, as we seem to be fairly comfortable. Hamilton, no! Hamilton's lost it. Hamilton's now in 2nd place. And it looks like it's going to stay that way. As we run slightly wide, Alonso's far enough back as we go very shallow into there. There we go. And in 3rd, that was a fairly simple race. However, they did close up on us. What on earth's going on outside my window? But yeah, we did well then. 3rd place, that was a good race. And next up, I believe, yes, it's the British Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix. And I know for many of you, it's your home Grand Prix as well. For Marussia, technically it is. Technically it isn't. However, you know, their plant is very near to the Silverstone track, and it's a dry qualifying. So where can we come then? So we're in P7 already. Team on P13, so it's gone up 1 since the Austrian Grand Prix. So we do have a little bit tentative into there. Did tend to when you haven't had any practice, so. Alright, DRS into there. We're P14 now, so the other team wanted P13, but we're actually below it. This is a really poor qualifying currently. It's a 1 second off Hamilton currently. We're T9 now in qualifying, so that's not too bad. Hamilton is getting away from us slightly, especially on that exit. Look, as we nicely through here, run a little bit wide. We didn't actually lose any time there, which, yeah, now when you go back and look at the Silverstone Grand Prix of a couple of weeks ago, they were punishing people who were doing that. Very poor through Maggots, Beckett's, now through here. 6th place, 1.3 behind Hamilton, so the Mercedes do have the pace round here. Hamilton at his home Grand Prix. We do brake slightly to stop ourselves going right off the track. P9 as we have a nice little braking zone here. Braking, come on, come on, come on. We're in 6th. I think we're going to be 6th here, behind Ricciardo by the looks of that. Right, there we go. Yeah, P6, 3/10 behind Ricciardo. Well, 2.5 tenths behind Ricciardo. Bottas ahead of us then, and then it's Sebastian Vettel to round out the podium places with Hamilton and Rosberg 1st and 2nd. So, this should be an interesting race.
It's Sunday afternoon, and that means it's time for Formula One. This week finds us in the lush English countryside.
Right then, so right inside the tracks we'll have the inside line of Ricciardo, so that will help us slightly. Won't hinder us, definitely. For 5 red lights, and we're off. Very short light out then, as we don't bog down that much. Still got Alonso behind us, no, he's around us. So that's fine. Let's see if we can try and get Ricciardo into this sort of hairpin. We've got, ooh, that's not gone so well as we've been hit. We've been hit there.
That was far too aggressive. Clean passes only. We don't want a penalty.
Yellow flag. I think we got hit by, I think it might have been Vettel or Ricciardo. It might have been one of them. So we'll just try and keep him behind us for now. It's not too bad. We're still in 4th place, which is 2 positions that were where we were. So that's not too bad. 5 seconds behind Bottas. Not sure we're going to catch that up somehow. It was just a little bit tentative still. Run into the gravel though, which hasn't helped, and Vettel's going to get a chance as well as he's got a better exit. You're watching him in the mirror. He's not making a move, so that's fine. It's actually a very nervous race. Cut the corner slightly at Maggots. Beckett's now very shallow through there. That did hinder our line. We won't get a penalty just for that. Don't worry, calm yourself. Cover the inside. Vettel's still behind us. As Hamilton sets the fastest lap, obviously it's on lap 1, so it doesn't really make too much difference. Bottas is 3 seconds behind them. We are, didn't even say, 5. So we have made some small ground on Bottas, but not much. Definitely not be enough to make us sort of fight him at the end of the race. So we go slightly wide, that's fine. Vettel's enough behind as we lock up from the front slightly. You can see by the temperature. Just wanted to see if the temperature sort of wavered much, really. As it comes through here, Vettel's got a much better exit here. So we leave it off, we leave him room, but we've left him far too much room here. Oh, and he's hit us, he's definitely closed the door on us. Oh, and we have absolutely just destroyed Hulkenberg there. The way he hit our car, oh my god, I cannot believe this. Like, we were in such a good position and Vettel's just closed the door. Didn't leave us half enough room as he should have done. So now we've got to try and fight back in these last 2 laps to try and get a podium. Don't think we've got any damage, however our wheels, not wheels, rear tyres are, yeah, already finding some wear. So we're trying to get Kvyat here and we touch him slightly. He hasn't left us much room. What is it with people? 3-second penalty. Are you joking? What did we get disqualified for? That is unbelievable. We get hit, so we turn it round safely. Oh, I cannot believe that. That is unbelievable. Like, seriously. Oh.
Mercedes came out on top today, with Nico Rosberg bringing home the car in 1st place to add another 25 points to his championship total.
Not taking that disqualifier. I can't believe that. That is ridiculous.
Their strategy was spot on.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns.
So what do we get it for? So we got a couple of track limits.
To see just who will come out on top.
And we got disqualified. What? What for? Just, oh my god. That is I just cannot believe that. That is ridiculous. Anyway, we'll move on to the next Grand Prix, which is the Grand Prix, I think, of Germany. I think it's Germany. It might be Hungary. No, we've had Hungary, I think. I actually can't remember. So we'll go for, must be Hungary, so we've gone for a British setup. Because that's a similar track, similar speed corners, sort of, yeah. So that's fine. Had that set up. Hamilton had us straight there, which we weren't too surprised about. So this car does seem to be there. Speak English, Alex seems to be very poor in slow corners, however better in high corners. Because we lose the rear end a lot. P15 for this race after our calamities of the last race. We are not doing well. This is a track I've barely been on, because it wasn't. It was in F1 2014, yes, but it wasn't in F1 2013. It wasn't in F1 2015, so it's only a track I've been on for about 1 year. One of the sort of recent Codemasters F1 games. It was in F1 2006, which of course, yeah, new series is out. F1 2006, I can't wait for that series. It's going to be an awesome series. You guys should tune in, it's going to be amazing. We turn in with P13 currently. This hasn't been our best qualifying session ever, much better there. Locked up slightly, but we got away with it. Braking, got into the gravel, locked up again, we've gone wide. Everyone will get a really good exit, see if we can gain any positions here. P9 currently, I think it's P9. P9 behind Raikkonen, I think.
It's been a mighty
And there we go, yeah, P9 behind Kimi Raikkonen. We're 5 tenths off him, very close to Jenson Button though. Obviously must have been chasing us down in the last sort of couple of corners. Lewis Hamilton on pole, so there we go. Ah, what are you doing? Wow, wet race. Well, let's get going. We seem to be okay in the wet actually, we seem to not do too bad. Button seems to be fighting us off around the outside of Raikkonen. We might have to give that place up though. Very close, so close to touching then. Button's a little way back, we'll be fine. However, Massa was braked so early then in front with Bottas in front of him. Gone through the middle of Alonso and Massa to make the move. And we're now up into P6. As Bottas feints the inside to go to the outside, which will then become the inside of Ricciardo as we crash into the back of Ricciardo. And Ricciardo literally for no reason just stops. And then we get a 2 second. I cannot believe that. 2 seconds for Ricciardo stopping in front of us. As we're going to go 3 wide here. Oh no, to clip off Massa. Thankfully we didn't spin. Round the inside of Ricciardo. Lock up slightly. We're going to have to go sort of round. We have made it. Have made it round the outside of Ricciardo. So now, just a case of trying to get away from him. I'm going to have to sweat mode this one. I have to absolutely sweat it. And as you join us now on lap 3, this has, yeah, we've gained a 1.1 second gap over Ricciardo. Closed up to Bottas, which has helped. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know where. I honestly don't know where we're going to come right now because we're sliding around everywhere. The conditions have become very difficult as Lewis Hamilton wins the race. Checkered flag is out. Where are we going to come? I don't know. By the looks of that, we might have come ahead of Ricciardo. I don't know. No, we were behind Ricciardo, but we beat Felipe Massa by we were actually we were 3 tenths off beating Ricciardo. So close with a decent quick lap actually. We were faster than all the guys ahead of us, only slower than the two Mercedes is the word I was going to say. So yeah, so we are on 73 points now in the drivers, and I wonder how far we are in the... No, actually, no, the constructors won't make any difference. So we're 73 points with, well, realistically, Ricciardo is in where we can really chase down. Vettel's, I think, is going to be slightly too far away. I think it's just going to be too difficult to catch him up. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the episodes, then give it a like, subscribe to watch more of this series and other series, including F1 2006, Project Cars, F1 2015, and F1 2016. Already kind of done a couple of feature videos, so those are there for you to watch. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next time.